This is TWiT. So we were talking at the beginning of the show about YouTube takedowns. Get ready for this. Over 2.2 million copyright claims hit YouTube videos between January and June of this year before being overturned.
Wow.
This is a report from YouTube, the copyright.
From YouTube. It's a new transparency report.
Yeah, they haven't done this before. Copyright transparency report.
This is good to finally shame the bozos who are doing this and put a stop to it.
Well, it is, as many as that sounds, it's only 1% of the 729 million copyright claims issued in the first half of the year.
Yeah, that's only the bad ones they caught. You know there was a heck of
Well, it's this automated content ID system, which catches us all the time for all sorts of things, including Canada. When users dispute the claims, which we often do, we didn't dispute the Canada claim because it wasn't really fair use. Yeah, I just didn't have enough stories, so I just played a piece. When users disputed these claims, the case was resolved. Although I thought it was kind of pro-Canada, right? And I thought it would Canada wouldn't mind if I used it.
It was great fodder at the time.
Yeah, well, anyway, when users dispute the claims, the case is resolved in favor of the uploader of the video 60% of the time. So 729 million claims, 60% of them overturned. YouTube creators have long complained. They could have talked to me about this, about how the platform handles claims, because it always assumes you're in the wrong as an uploader, right? It's just by default. Right. The copyright holder, whether or not the person is even the copyright holder.
Fair use.
Yeah. And, it's problematic. So the report says no system is perfect and that errors happen even with established guardrails or as you would have it, fun noodles in place to prevent the abuse of enforcement mechanisms. I think that's probably what Google's using is, it's a couple of pool noodles to keep them, keep the guardrails. When disputes take place, the process provided by YouTube provides real recourse. And over 60% of these disputes were resolved in favor of the uploader. You know, if 60% of 729 million content ID copyright claims, if 60% are wrong,
right,
there's something wrong with the system.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
and the prejudice that it's going to favor if it's going to be wrong, it's going to be wrong in favor of the alleged copyright holders.
Right. Maybe the fact that they put this out here is indicative of the fact that they're going to start looking at how to fix it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope so.
That's the hope anyway.
It really is a chilling effect. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't do, even though I know it would be fair use, just because we don't want to, enrage YouTube. And it really, and frankly, YouTube isn't that important to our downloads or to our revenue. But I want to make sure we're on YouTube for the audience.
Don't want to have strikes.
We could leave YouTube. It's really. JT says in our chat room, Sony has taken me down for sharing NASA Apollo 8 video, which is completely public domain. Because it was in Sony's libraries. And they forgot to say, well, we're using it, but it's not part of our content ID. Same thing happened with National Geographic. We got a takedown from National Geographic because we had some NASA footage in one of our shows. And it was because National Geographic had the same footage. And Content ID just says, well, yeah, they own it because they used it.
Yeah, I think, because it would be reprehensible and truly evil for Google to be like, oh, we see that this is a real problem. We're publishing this problem and screw everybody else out there. We're not going to do anything about it. So I think this is probably them collecting data on the path to fix it.